that's not quite right. It's this one. There we go. Tuesday night, Uncensored, Boogie with the Bull, Dave Gorman, and let's see, Chuck Cook is here. A bunch of other people have been invited, and the door is open. And how did you make out last night, Chucky? No, wait a minute.
Okay, there they are. Am I on? Can't hear you now.
You're on.
Okay.
I hear you.
All right, now we got it. All right.
Yeah.
Came back.
Figured out.
I was way behind last night. Got it back up. Went back down this morning. Got a little bit behind. Got almost all of it back except for $15. So I lost $15 for probably six and a half hours of heavy spinning. So we did good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have a good time. Oh, good.
I always have a good time. That's my home away from home.
Your home away from home. Okay. Well, before they return your ass to you, do they at least clean it?
What's that?
Before they return your ass to you, do they at least clean it?
Oh yeah, it was very well sanitized and lubed up. Yeah, it was just great, Dave.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, they probably keep one there in your locker. Anyway, we're live on the Dave Gorman page here on Facebook, and we are live on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. William Grant is watching on Facebook. That is starting to build up. So anybody who's here, anyone who's on Facebook, come and watch the broadcast. I have very little to talk about. I guess I'm supposed to be sad that the Pope passed. I saw a picture of him laying in state somewhere at the Vatican, and the first thing that came through my mind was it doesn't look like him. He had a big round head, a big round face. And this guy in the box has a skinny.
And they it sure didn't take them long to put him in the casket.
No, just a second. No, and I don't want to start. Okay. Can I walk in? I'll be right back. I don't want to start all kinds of controversy, but it just doesn't look like him.
Right.
And I know they say you lose like 5 pounds when your soul leaves the vessel, but that face looks like it lost a lot more.
Yeah.
Than 5 pounds. So.
Right.
So
yeah.
Anyone else who has another theory on the controversy of the Pope's passing, please feel free to put it in the live chat. And we'll go from there. Let's see. Worthy Cunningham is watching. Good evening, Worthy. Welcome to the broadcast. We are generally here too. We're generally here Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. with Boogie with the Bull Uncensored, and then you can see me and Chuck Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. on the American Rebellion.
Yeah.
With Jerry Michaels, who will be here
shortly.
Unfortunately, late tonight because he was making dinner for his wife. And that's an important job.
He's such a good hubby. He is a very good. He's a very good husband to her. He really is.
He is a very good husband.
That's dedicated. That's That's dedication.
So, she's a good lady.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife didn't cook dinner tonight. Our daughter-in-law did, but my wife would have brought me a plate. But I am not hungry. It's nothing against anybody. It's just been a weird day, and I'm not hungry. Well, we ate late too. We went out for a late lunch while we were out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she was just walking by talking on the phone, and I tried to mute my mic, but I didn't.
That's okay.
I didn't hear her coming.
Good evening, Jodelle. I promise your phone call did not go out over the broadcast tonight. Uh,
Oh,
Jolene Foster is watching, and I'm going to try to name off everybody who watches tonight. It just, like I said, it started out as a weird day. I had to avoid taking part of one of my morning meds because they were going to do a blood test to test the levels before the morning med, and that kind of put me in a weird mood. And then after the blood test, like I said, we went out, we ate lunch, night late, and it took the blood out of the top of my hand. That's the first time I've ever had
huh.
that happened. But they couldn't get the vein. They couldn't get the vein in my arm to
Yeah,
cooperate.
figures.
And
Yeah.
yep, yep.
Oh well, at least it isn't like what Jerry
And my,
said. They stick the damn needle in and then they're going side to side looking for the vein. Oh
I,
no!
I said to the nice lady, if you're going to do that, take the needle out and look for something in my other arm.
Why?
And and she started, patting the top of my hand, make a fist, do this, do that. You feel the needle prick, but it was actually pretty easy to deal with.
Yeah, I always watch them. When they're doing it, it don't bother me any.
I'd like to just leave my arm there and let him do it, and then call me when it's ready and put it back on.
Like I said,
Give me a free loan like they do when you drop your car off.
when my second
You
born
know,
was born C-section, they would let us go into the operating room there, and they assigned a nurse to me, and I'm sitting there looking around, and every once in a while I feel some hands up against my back, and I said, I don't need you. The blood does not bother me at all. And I'm sitting there watching, and they pulled the baby out, and I said, wow, that was cool. And so the nurse, she finally figured out, he doesn't need me, but she still stayed pretty close to me. But
yeah, yeah. I I was not there because we weren't married when our three sons were born. So I wasn't there. And I don't know, just because I'm so used to being asleep and when I'm in a operating room, that I might have to be asleep to enjoy activities. But I remember when I was born, they picked me up, turned me over, the doctor spanked me, and I said, "Nah, you're Democrat, do that again, you're out of here." But anyway, I don't know what else was in the news today. I really didn't take a look. But,
yeah,
Pope Francis was a vocal critic and a powerful something or other. Yeah, well, good luck to him wherever he's going. Heavyweight champion George Foreman sent into what? Into retirement, announces comeback at 53. Heavyweight can typically fight on longer than most. A famous example is great George Foreman, who returned to the sport after a decade-long retirement to ultimately regain the heavyweight championship at age 45.
yeah. I always liked
Too
him.
much of a
I
beating.
always liked him.
Yep, yep. Too much of a beating to be
Oh, yeah.
to want to come out of retirement and come back. Plus, he's interesting. His all his sons are named George too, so it would be really difficult, I would imagine, at family gatherings when somebody asked George, because in my family it's the same. There are several of us named Dave or David or whatever we call ourselves, and it can be confusing when someone just says Dave. And my son gets me all the time because he will call his wife and he'll be near our bedroom door and he'll say babe. And my ears hear Dave, like he's calling me. And I don't know whether to get up and
Yeah. I got home
ask him
this
what he
afternoon.
needs or
I got home this afternoon and I spun it about 4 or 5 times, and look what I hit on mine here. If you can see that. Triple.
That pay out?
Yeah, it paid out 90, but it would have been nice if that 7 would have been up on the line. But
Yep.
oh well,
Yep.
maybe next time.
Well, that's okay. That just leaves the money in the machine for another day for you to win.
Yep. Yeah, it's nice out here right now. What the hell we got? We're 70 degrees, sunny out.
I've got 79, mostly cloudy here.
Yeah, we're supposed to get more rain tonight, I guess. But I'm gonna end up having to mow the lawn.
Well, I got to read this one to people. Pope Francis's net worth at the time of his death had to be something like a gazillion trillion dollars. Pope Francis' salary is zero. His basic needs, such as living expenses, food, clothing, and travel, are paid for by the Vatican.
Mm-hmm.
So his net worth at the time of his death is estimated to be around $100. I do not.
Bullshit. Yeah, come on.
The Vatican's net worth at the time of his death was estimated to be somewhere between $10 and $15 billion.
I bet it's more than that, Dave. Yeah.
I mean, and if you're worth all that money and you die, you had to let somebody down.
Yeah.
You can't take it with you wherever you're going anyway. So you might as well leave it here for people who want it. Bill Gates bought his daughter a $16 million horse farm as a graduation present. That is true.
Huh.
But ex-wife Melinda says the kids were raised very middle class. That is also true. Originally in his will, I believe he left each of his children $1 million at the time, and bye-bye. I don't know what is in the divorce agreement between him and Melinda. She did keep her name on the foundation. She has sold off a lot of the stock that she got, and she is known to be some kind of a philanthropist. I don't really know.
Well, that's between them two. I don't.
Yeah, it is.
It is what it is.
On this day in 1984, Phil Collins landed his first U.S. #1 with a song that didn't make his face value album.
Okay.
Take a Look at Me Now. Take a Look at Me Now is the song.
Yeah.
He started at number 3. No, he started a 3-week run at #1 on the Billboard chart, the top 100. I don't know. One of these days, I'm gonna print out all of this stuff and have it in my hand, and make it easier to read. And then the ones that aren't worth reading, I'll just make a grandiose walk. But this is the one that I had mentioned to you earlier, that the Pope's face in that picture does not look like the Pope.
Nope.
And I'm not going to, maybe it was a fill-in because maybe the Pope had to go use the facilities or something and had a stand-in while he was gone. But I mean, he looks thinner than the last picture of Pope Francis, and the face is not well. But also, he was ill before he passed away.
Right. Yes, he was. Yeah.
So that could be it. And then also, you get into the discussion, well, wasn't he really sick a few years ago? And it's like, I'm thinking, well, okay, maybe he died. We had a stand-in Pope, an AI Pope, and we haven't known about this until
Things aren't what they seem.
And that whole
Yeah.
thing, no, and that whole thing about AI body doubles gets me going because if if you read everywhere on the internet that the one goes to Gitmo, has a tribunal, gets executed, why is there reason to have a body double still acting as them? They're gone. They're
The
dead.
only reason I can think, Dave, is because they have not finished uh, cornering the rats, and they need to, portray that
Yeah,
seriously,
yeah.
they haven't gotten them all yet. They've got damn near all of them, but
But
this is just a
but
continuation.
they control them all, so
Yeah.
there should be a way to just
Well, this is how
type
you get rid of the deep state.
get them in a chat, type something on the screen, and boom, they're
Yeah.
gone. But I
Michael
don't know.
Anthony said that he keeps getting booted out. I don't know if he's trying to get on here on the phone. Larry Burns just got here.
Yep,
And
Larry Burns is here. I see that. Jane O'Malley is here. I hope you're feeling well, Jane. Glad to see you here, Michael.
I'm gonna go on mute for a minute, Dave.
Yep, okay. It is the same link I gave to everybody else, but let me try sending it to you again. Maybe it was bad weather when I sent it to you a moment ago. So give me a minute as I do this because I have to bring up that screen again. Let's see. Get in here. Or maybe I didn't send it. I thought I sent it, but maybe I didn't. Oh, there it is. I see it, but I'll send it again. Send it again. There we go. Try that, Michael. I know we always have bad weather between us and Philadelphia, or someone messing around with whatever's going around the internet between us. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, Jane. And one of these nights, we want to get you on because I think you'd be very interesting. Robin Brunson is here also. And if you need a great cup of coffee, Robin Brunson recommends Fat Cup Coffee Company here on Facebook. They're near where she is in Waterloo, Iowa. And but they're really good. Jane O'Malley, let me get over to the comments here. Here we are. Jane O'Malley said, where was it? I just saw it. Jane O'Malley said, give me a second. That's true. The priests take a vow of poverty. There are problems since Vatican II. The evil infiltrated the Catholic Church. This pope was evil, not a pope. That's correct. At least from what I hear. Again, I'm Jewish and I don't really know much about the popes other than what we hear. Jesus is the head of the church, but the pope is supposed to be like the CEO. Also, we came out of doing some errands, and a guy with a bullhorn was standing at the traffic light on the corner saying, "You must accept Jesus so that you don't go through the wrath of God." And you know, I don't get it. I don't get it. Either God needs to admit that he retired, and Jesus is the current uh, chairman of the board, or that or God is the chairman of the board and Jesus is the CEO. I don't really know. And that statement probably what's that word? Probably offended everybody here. So I apologize. I apologize
Yeah.
for saying that. Anybody watching is welcome to come on and shut me up and talk about something more exciting. If anyone wants to, all you have to do is tell me that you want to come on, and I will send you the link. The links go out through Facebook Messenger, so you have to have Messenger in order for me to send you a link.
Hi, Jimmy.
If you don't have Facebook Messenger, we can send it to you usually through email, but I prefer that you give me more notice than doing that at the moment that you want to come on.
I just want to let everybody know that just got here or whatever. I was outside having a smoke, of course, and hi to everybody.
Yep.
I'm glad you're all here. Thank you. Jimmy just
Yep.
popped in. He says hi.
Jimmy Collins just popped in. He said hi, and Larry Burns, like I said, is on. So that means we're truly international since we're on in Canada tonight. Bonnie Berry is watching. Bonnie Berry is 81. And I really have to spend some money to get a little bit bigger monitor. over here on the. Like this, I get a bigger tablet.
Oh, hell, Walmart's got big old screen TVs. You could probably hook up there on the wall in the room there.
I have thought the right way to do it would be two 32-inch
Oh my
screens
gosh!
on the wall above the desk. That way, you just look up and read like teleprompters. You just look up and read them. I'm not making any changes to the studio here because we live with family and one of the bedrooms in their house. When we move, there might be some changes. I really try hard to be done when Donna lays down to go to sleep. Last night it bothered her, but last night the American Rebellion was so good. I said to Jerry earlier that I was surprised I lasted 3.5 hours
Oh yeah.
yesterday. But every time I thought about saying it was time for me to go to bed, the topic changed. I wanted to be a part of it.
Yep.
So as I am striving here for something to say and welcoming everybody for like the 400 they have been welcome tonight. Anybody else, like I said, is welcome to say something and either come on and say more about it or just wait. We'll wait and we'll wait and we'll wait and we'll see how it goes. Or we'll hit Chuck and we'll go for how much music Chuck can play before I get it. Copyright violation notice today, which I don't care about anymore. I really don't.
Well, I've heard that you can play like 15, 20 seconds and then you got to cut it off or something.
It was never about Facebook being concerned that you got a copyright violation. It was Facebook being concerned that copyrighted music was used on a broadcast played on Facebook, and because of that, Facebook could be responsible. That's what started that.
Right. I can understand it.
Under fair use, we should be able to bring any piece of music on, use it, and as long as we don't defame it, we stick to the reason behind it.
And we say we do not own the rights to it.
We should be okay, right? And most artists appreciate the plug of their music here and there. The record companies, I've had to work a relationship with some record companies to just say, come watch the broadcast. I'm not making any money off of it. We're just suggesting someone goes out and buys something because it's American music. It's some of it's good old country music. Some of it's good old whatever it is. And we need more music in our lives anyway.
Yeah,
we do. We really need more music in our lives. One of these days, I'm going to do a broadcast on what is the go-to music that people go and grab or listen to on like YouTube or Spotify or whatever when they just get an urge to listen to music. I usually go to YouTube. I watch Dennis DeYoung do The Best of Times, recording that he did at home during the COVID lockdown. Then I'll go, as I said, I'll go listen to Dashboard Lights by Meatloaf, the one in concert where, like I said, he comes out walking the stage like Elvis and he's raising his hands to everybody. And then he gets to the mic and the conductor brings the volume level down and then he starts singing and he goes, nope. It's just not going to work. And he starts walking around again, and he does that like 2 or 3 more times. And by then the crowd is begging him to sing. I really would have liked to have met him. I really would have liked to have gone and watched him, even if I didn't meet him.
Right.
But Elvis and Lisa Marie doing the single they did after he passed. sort of like Natalie Cole and Nat King Cole did one together. And it always depends on whatever my mood is, really, as to what I really want to hear uh, when
Yeah.
when I'm listening. And like I said, it's kind of a personal thing. You pick what you want. Jimmy Collins just said, if you're not profiting from the music, I think most artists wouldn't have a problem. Most artists don't. Most record companies don't either. It's just they're so concerned that every podcast on the internet is going to make money off of their their
Right.
their music. And there are some. There used to be a lot on Facebook. They used to just come on and play, you know,
Yeah.
4 or 5 songs, like they were a radio station being live. And no, I thought about doing that, but even the licensing fee is not really that expensive. But you know, you just want to come on here and talk and say, hey, I hope you had a great day, and if you didn't, tell us why. And I'm not going to tell you anymore that life is going to get better. Things are going to get better here in the United States. They're not. They will, but they're not. Donna is a crocheter, and most yarn is made in China. It's now got 125% tariff
Yep.
on it, and it's going to hurt a lot of small companies that make yarn and have it imported into the United States.
Yep.
Will it lead to them making it in the United States? Yeah, but the small mom and pop companies can't just wave their hands and go factory and boom, there we go.
We're gonna have some.
So yeah,
we're gonna have hard times. We're gonna go through, no doubt about it.
We're gonna have some hard times unless people, unless the billionaires help build us an economy again.
Right.
I don't know why we stop being the largest chip manufacturer in the world.
That takes time. Takes time.
I don't know why. It's like we turned our back from it and just said, "Okay, China, you go ahead and make it."
You're talking about Silicon Valley and down. Yeah. I don't know. It all went overseas because they could get it done cheaper there. Yeah, that's exactly right. Hi, Jerry.
But there wasn't any reason. Good evening,
How's
Jerry.
it going?
How are you doing? Good. What did you make your wife for dinner? I'm just
Fettuccine
curious.
Alfredo.
Don't mind me asking. Oh God! And you didn't bring any?
Well, I got a whole freezer full, that I made, but I don't think I can feed it to you, Dave. I'm sorry.
No, that's
it seems kind of hard to go through the internet.
Yep. We went to a Chinese buffet that had a sign that was you have a 2-hour table limit. Now you have a 90-minute table limit because they either had to shorten the time you could be there to eat or raise the prices because I guess everything they make comes from China anyway, and it's now going to cost more.
Oh,
I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Thing I like the best at Chinese.
Oh, go ahead, Chuck. Sorry.
I said sorry, that's all right. The only thing I really, really like at Chinese buffets is they call it a coconut shrimp, but it's real sweet. Yeah. It's got, oh my God, I can eat a hell of a lot of that stuff.
We went to one on our rotating list today, but the chicken wings which they make were dry, very dry.
Yeah. They use some kind of different oil or something too,
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't care for it.
Yeah, they serve Pepsi and the Mountain Dew didn't taste right.
I like Mugu.
I don't know.
Mugu Japan. It's the only thing I'll eat.
Mugu, Yeah, I don't know. I've heard of it, but I don't know what it
I'll eat
is.
lo mein if that's all there is. They don't have mugu, but other than that,
Yeah,
I have had chow mein in my life. I guess that's third.
yeah,
After that, I don't care. I don't mind egg rolls.
yeah,
I only like wonton.
yeah.
So Chuck is waving to imaginary people
Philly
in the
what?
backyard.
Well, I got a cat.
Just like Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
probably what
Hmm.
Joe's doing right now.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna say.
I'm the president. You know, I'm the president. You know that, right?
Oh lordy.
I eat
I
things I recognize from
three
Jimmy Collins. Mugu was recognized chicken and vegetables.
That ain't chicken in your chicken
three
chow mein.
hundred.
And then you got your lo mein is noodles, basically. Spaghetti
Yeah,
noodles. I think they're thinner than spaghetti noodles,
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
but like thin spaghetti, angel hair spaghetti,
Yeah. Yeah.
and chow mein. Well, I recognize everything in it in my head, and that's good enough.
Good enough for Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to start thinking about it, I'd be wondering why I'm hearing meowing in the back. But whatever.
Yeah, Dave asked me. He said how I did out at the casino out there, and I said, "Well, I was down last night, got it back after the show.
Here we
Then I
go.
went back down this morning, and yeah,
Uh-huh.
I only lost $15. And as hard as I hit that button, that's all right. 15
All right.
bucks. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so much better when you win $15.
Well, yeah, but whatever. And then I get home and I spin the slot machine here, and I hit triple wild cherry, and then the seven is just below the line. I said, "Son of a bitch!" Just like out at the real
now if it
casino.
had been,
Yeah.
but if it had been above the line and you won, it's your own
Yeah.
money
Had it
anyway.
had it been on
You
the
understand.
line, I would have had to reset the machine because yeah,
Well,
that's all right.
that's really not that
Okay.
much of a prize, Chuck.
I know, but it's just the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
if you're not winning anything,
yeah.
okay. Well, you know what, Chuck? You have a good time in your little life. That'll be fun.
It's
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine. I wave to my imaginary friends, and yeah, I'm doing good, Jerry.
Just like Joe
yeah,
Biden.
yeah. Yeah. And he doesn't even drink. I had to drink a lot to get to this point. Yeah. Jimmy Collins and
Three
Jolene, how you
three
doing? Nice to see
thousand
you.
dollars,
What?
$300,000 a speech. Joe Biden. And the only thing I can figure is it's $299,997 for his agent and $3 for the president left to buy an ice cream.
It's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you get ice cream that cheap?
Oh, by the way,
Yeah,
I almost
Yeah,
forgot. Christy Nome, she does get Secret Service protection. I'm probably the only person on the planet who could
yeah.
possibly think she doesn't have any credible threats against her.
well, she does now.
Well,
I
obviously,
I
because
thought
that's the only way she gets it. But how could you possibly not know that there's credible threats against her and whoever else? Because I'm sure she's not the only one.
yeah.
Hmm.
I thought it was cabinet secretaries got it, but I couldn't get a real answer, so
Well,
I
listen,
just
Yeah,
let it
in
that
the
would make
end,
I
how
sense.
just
good
let it
were
go.
they if they were all there and the guy just walked up and stole it right off
Yeah.
the table and left? That
Yeah.
sounds like the
Well,
game
the
Trump
other
had
question is where was
in
she?
Pennsylvania.
What, yeah. Well, the other question is where was she? Well, while it was sitting on the table, so why was not someone at the table watching it?
She was distracted.
I mean, if she was my wife and there was $3,000 cash in it, I would have taken it from where Donna was sitting and held it until Donna got back.
Right.
Well,
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We weren't there.
Plus, I don't
yeah,
want to know
listen,
why she was walking
well,
around with
I
three
have an
thousand dollar
agreement with
wallet
my
either.
wife that I told her the day I met her I will not hold the purse for any reason.
Really? Well,
Yep.
I wouldn't necessarily
No reason.
held the purse, but I would have held the wallet that was holding the $3,000 in it.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't even go in her. I don't even pick her purse up barely to go. I don't go in her purse.
I
I will hand it to her sometimes, but I will not hold the purse. You want to know why? Because when I was about 16, 15, we used to go to the mall, and I'd see the old guys sitting in the middle of the rows. You know, the like the walkways and stuff where they got the fake trees and the
yeah,
seats with a 1,000-mile stare on their face with a fucking purse in her hand, waiting on her wife. And I never wanted to be that guy.
Yeah.
So there you have
Hmm.
it.
Okay.
There you have it.
Yeah.
You know,
there
I
you
will
have
not
it.
go in her.
There
I
you
don't go in any of her drawers. In the dressers, she got two of them.
go.
Apparently, I don't go in the closet much because none of my clothes are in there, and the place is packed. Mine are all in drawers in my dresser.
Yep. I won't even look in my suitcase because my wife has stuffed it full of yarn. So there's just no reason for me to go in there.
Well,
But
I mean,
I don't like going in a woman's purse, only just, especially my wife's, because I just don't know my way around it.
well,
She'll say it's in the middle pocket on the right, or at least that's what I'll hear, and it turns out it's in the next pocket on the
here's
left.
the thing.
And
My wife doesn't know what's in her purse either because she's using a small one now, and it still takes her 10 minutes to find a cell phone in it. So, and I never met a woman ain't like that. So
Yeah.
but if you're a guy and you
I don't
need a
know. I
purse,
got everything in my wallet.
yeah,
Half the times I lose, I can't remember where I put shit in my wallet. So I just know where the bank card is and
yeah,
whatever card I'm using to go to the store with.
yeah,
And it's in the exact same place. Whatever one I'm going to use is in the exact same place so that when I pull it out, there's no mistakes. I know
yeah,
where my driver's license is. I know where my VA card
yeah.
is. I know where my gun permit, even though I don't need it anymore, is.
I know where my driver's license is. Well, my state ID card because I don't drive, but there's a, you can see where it is because there's that little plastic window, you know,
Yeah,
which
well,
I which never
mine
made
is for
sense to
some
me
reason
because
mesh.
the officers go, "Can I see your driver's license?" and you have to take it out and hand it to them. So what is the point of the window?
All I know
So you know where it's at.
is that mine, for some reason, is in mesh,
Yeah.
and it's an Italian wallet.
Ooh, Corinthian leather.
Well, I had one
Yeah.
from Walmart. I had for like 20 years, and the dog ate a piece out of it, and the wife got tired of looking at it, and she's given me like two or three wallets. So she made me use the new one. And then it took forever to meld it to my ass. It was
That
uncomfortable. That's
takes
why I
that,
hate new wallets.
that takes a while,
Yeah,
doesn't it? Yeah,
Mhm.
it takes a while.
yeah,
It is now, so it's
and,
fine. But you
yeah.
get it a certain way, whatever your ass is, and it goes right in the pocket. You don't have to have your whole hand over to get the two outside corners in there.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
yeah,
It knows its place,
yeah.
right?
Exactly.
It knows its
Yeah,
place and it is
for
there.
sure. Yeah.
And you know, we were talking because Donna has to renew her driver's license and she's going to make sure she has the gold star. That got me thinking. I had to pull out my state ID card to see if it had a gold star because my license had a gold star on it, and not that I need it other than maybe being, I'm handicapped. They wheel me up to the front of the line anyway, so
Yeah.
uh, you know,
Yeah, I don't know. You need a
I don't know.
passport for this. You need your
To,
gold star ID and all this other bullshit.
yeah,
And it's
and
just like,
and then Donna was saying, why did I just get a passport? And I'm thinking, yeah, spend $100 to get a passport so you can show it when we fly
yeah,
domestically. But it's not like you need it because we're never going to leave the country.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not going to El Salvador. I don't care if President B says, "Come escort this guy home." No, I'm not. I am not going to El Salvador.
Yeah, they don't speak English there, do they?
I
I
don't think
don't.
so.
I don't
I don't
know.
think so.
He does speak. He does speak English, from what I understand. But then again,
Well, yeah, the
most
presidents
most
usually do because they have to deal
yeah
with English.
most leaders do.
Yeah.
But uh, Putin does speak it, but usually he speaks in Russian to his assistant, who interprets in English. Gorbachev, who I did meet, speaks
Yeah.
English fluently, and he used to tick off his uh, uh, his assistant and official interpreter because she came up to me one day and said, "You're not supposed to talk to him. You're supposed to talk to me." And I politely took her aside and said, "Unfortunately, he spoke to me in English, and he asked me questions that I wanted to answer."
Yeah, I'd have told her to go pack sand.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
America. You
he
ain't in
he
Russia.
basically
We'll do it our way. Here, thank you. Have a
yeah
nice damn
yeah
day.
he
Jolene says
he
$135
basically
for a passport. She lives in Florida too, so
yeah
she would know.
yeah
Screw that.
he basically said to me, "Are you the owner of this limousine business?" And I said, "Yes." Then we talked about that for a while, and then he
You
said,
drove
"I
around
would
Mikhail
rather ride."
Gorbachev?
I drove Mikhail Gorbachev for about a week and a half.
Damn.
He came to he
You just
came
now
to
telling us this
Boston.
shit?
Yeah,
I wanted to hear
I
about the
didn't.
goddamn limo business this
I
fucking long, and you're just now telling
no,
us.
no. He was making. I'm sure he was making conversation. He said, is it? He asked me all kinds of questions about owning a business in the United States because he said if you were in Russia, you wouldn't own the business, and I said that's probably true. But his big thing was he really didn't wasn't asking about any of that. He wanted to have a conversation going because he said to me, "I'm more comfortable when I ride in a car, riding as the passenger in the front seat." Nothing against the drivers. He just said, "I'm more comfortable. Would you mind if I rode up front?" And I said, "Well, your body guy has to ride in the back of the limousine because I can only fit two people in the front of the limousine." And I figured that would kill it. It happened, and like I said, very nice guy, very smart guy.
Damn, Dave,
Uh,
you're famous.
apologized apologized profusely one day because the hotel had said be there at 9 o'clock. He's going to leave by 9:01, and we left at 10:30.
No.
And I said, "I don't care. Take all the time you need."
Yeah, you're riding around
Uh,
the president of
uh,
Russia,
yeah,
and he's
yeah.
asking
Wow.
you.
It was let's see, I moved back here in 1989. I think it was, I'd have to go look it up again because I honestly don't have the memory anymore to remember exactly
Hey,
when it
listen
was.
to this
But yeah,
shit. We've been
I
hearing about
think,
the fucking limo business for like 5 years now. The same
yeah,
fucking stories. This son of a bitch has been driving
yeah,
around Mikhail Gorbachev.
yeah. I drove Gorbachev. I drove Steve Wozniak from Apple. I had driven David Packard uh, from Hewlett Packard. Did a lot of work for him. I met Bill Hewlett. I didn't drive him. I mean, like I said, I was a small guy with a good business that just happened to be in the wrong place at the right time and just landed work that most people wouldn't get. I had the right people pitching for me, but it's not about me anyway. Hey, Nikki, what's going on with you tonight?
Unreal. Nice
Back.
job, Dave.
I would have been on earlier.
Yeah, it
I was
was.
riding the storm out. Jerry knows that song.
Riding in the
Oh,
storm
okay.
now.
Yeah, we had a big
That
I
storm
REO
come through.
Speedwagon?
Yeah, Oreo Speedwagon.
uh,
Or
I had decided I was just going to post the link in the AMRED chat group and see how many people came. And then as soon as I did that, my brain said, no one's going to come except for the people that get a link sent to them. So I said, okay, I will send everybody. I will send everybody through there.
Well,
What? Here's an idea, Dave. Since you love to
Yes.
create groups, create one group
I don't want
with
no no no
everyone
no
you want to
no
invite
no
to
no
this
no no
show,
no.
and it's a one and done.
I
It's
I
not 10
had a
posts.
group chat. Oh, I had a group chat that at one time had like 25 people in it. And I would post it in the group, and that was great. The only problem was everybody got upset. Everybody who went to bed before midnight got upset at all the people who would go into the group between midnight and six
were you
o'clock
one
in
of
the
them?
morning and talk because no, I sleep. I slept. But all the chat that went on in the group chat, and there's only so many times you can say to people, it's only for everybody to get the link.
Yeah,
It's not
I've
for
experienced that, Dave. Yeah,
you have.
I
You
don't,
have.
I can't really explain why, but I've explained that. I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And I at the beginning when I started putting my link in your group chat, thought that as soon as the show was done, I would go erase the
Okay,
whole thing
yeah,
just
but that
because
doesn't
I
work
didn't.
because then all you see is Dave deleted this and deleted this and what? Listen, here's what you do. First of all,
One
calm down,
hour and
and then you think about it and decide what you want to say. Because I didn't, I was busy all day. That's why I get your text on my
yeah,
page, right? And I know
yeah,
I kind of saw what it was about on the thing that pops up on my phone there. But I didn't invite nobody other than that lady last night. And who knows if Jen will get her
right.
on or not? But she sounded like she wanted to. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Suzanne will be an excellent guest. Suzanne will be an
Well, you ain't
excellent,
the only one who said
excellent
something
guest.
about the other ones. So
Yeah. I
I mean,
just didn't.
I do
Yeah.
got certain rules for guests, and without going into it,
Right.
they would have to be followed.
Yeah. Yeah. I just.
I mean, we're very polite to guests usually. I mean, once you're regulars, then we don't care anymore, apparently. But guests, we're always polite with. We try not to curse as much, except Nick. There's no stopping Nick.
Yeah,
You can
fuck it.
only wish to contain him. But eventually, he
Jerry was
finds an
on the
opening and he
night
gets an
Barry.
F bomb in there. But
Jerry was on. Jerry was on the night Barry, the Democrat, came on to Boogie with the Bull.
oh,
The
that
guy
guy.
who talked more than me, 5 times louder
Well,
than
he
me.
freaking.
I was watching Jerry the whole time, waiting for Jerry. Excuse myself, ladies. I was waiting for Jerry to tell the guy to shut the fuck
Well,
up.
no, I was in the comments and oh, I remember. Yeah,
You were on the
he
broadcast,
goes,
I thought.
"You're not a lawyer about some bill or another, and that's why you didn't
Yeah,
understand it." And I'm looking at this asshole like, "Are you a lawyer?" I even wrote that in the comments, and I go, "Where did you graduate law school?" Then I said,
yeah,
"Dave," because I told him I didn't want to come on, knowing that it was a bad
yeah,
idea. But when he said that pissed me off. And it's
yeah.
like, anyway, got on there, and the
Anyway,
first thing I
yeah,
said is, "Where did you graduate from law school?" And he goes, "What are you talking about?" So you told Dave he's not a lawyer, so he can't understand it. So how did you understand it? At which point he went off on me about the flag and all the
yeah,
everything you
yeah,
could think of. And I don't think
yeah.
I told him to shut the fuck up. I don't. Did I? I don't remember that.
No, no, no. I was
No,
waiting for you
I
to tell
think I
him
was
that.
kind of laughing. Um,
Yeah,
Not happily, but more sarcastically. Uh,
no,
yeah,
no,
At the stupidity
no,
of it all.
not, I don't think any of us were.
no,
You know,
and Dave was
I
like,
don't think any of us were.
because listen, that was bullshit. That guy came in and thought he was going to push
It
you
was.
around, and you
It
didn't
was.
have no friends.
It was.
That was what the
It
fucking
was.
problem
But
was.
anyway,
Yeah, I know all about that.
but anyway,
Just
So
saying.
yeah. The other the other thing that's happening, and it's starting to bother me, and I'll post something about it, is that every friend request I have gotten in the last 2 weeks is from a cryptocurrency
Yeah.
trader. And as soon as I accept their friendship, I get hit on Messenger with a
Yeah,
sales
that's
pitch.
that's what happens on X. That and the hookers,
And
both of them.
and I, I can't deal with
No,
it anymore. I mean, I want to be a nice guy and accept everybody's friend
You, you
request,
can't.
but I don't want to spend my life
I,
talking about
I block
Bitcoin on
every hooker
Messenger.
request, and I haven't gotten any of the whatever it was their crypto things on Facebook, but I get them all the time on X, and I just
Yeah,
get rid of it.
yeah.
And anybody who basically here's how, because he's right. I mean, it's like they're watching their phone for it. As soon as
I
you
don't
hit
even
the
think it's them. I think it's
OK button or
AI.
whatever the hell it is, all right. Next thing you know, you're getting a
Yeah,
message, and as soon as when that happens, you know you made a mistake. So you go in
yeah.
there. I don't even answer them
And
anymore. I just click,
well,
go to hell away, and they do.
Yeah, I get these messages on my phone. It's like text message, uh,
yeah,
and it's the same thing all the time.
Yep.
That my membership in the GOP expires at so and so. I'm like, I don't have a membership in the
well,
GOP. I'm a registered Republican.
well, they
That's
got
my
you right.
membership.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but
And even if you're not
right,
registered,
but
you can still be a Republican.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the dumbest shit
And these
with
script,
I
some
get the
fake
ones
ass
that
link.
say, I get the ones that say, um, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
"Are we still going out tonight?" Or I'm like, Jesus, I ain't drinking, and I don't remember asking nobody out. So probably bullshit.
yeah, I don't get
right,
those.
And
I get all
every
the
day we get the. I don't know if you got this, Dave or Jolie, but I get this thing from. It says it's the state of Florida because a long time ago I ran through some tolls because I have a change, and I
yeah,
ended up when I got where I was going was to pick up the wife. So I told her call them and pay whatever the hell it is,
yeah.
and that way we won't get in trouble. When we get home, we got to do the same thing unless you got
I,
changed. Turns out she had changed, so what a problem. So, but they now it's like if you don't do this, we're going to send Bruno and Bubba
but
down there, and they're going to break your leg and put you in jail. And blah, blah, blah.
but
that's a
Bullshit.
that's a
but
big
now,
scam here in
now
Louisiana, and I don't know
those
if we have
notices
toll
you owe,
roads.
right, and now those toll you owe notices look real
Yeah, I also get them
because
from the IRS.
I got one. I got one the other day. I ended up calling the Turnpike Authority,
Yeah,
and I'm saying we left Connecticut 3 years ago. The only thing I did was keep it going. I put money in it and kept it going till we got to Florida. I never used it again,
yeah, that's the thing. I had
and
my
I
wife
cut it
call. I
off.
said, you know
And
what? Just call
yeah,
just in case. I don't really need a
well, I did
ticket for
that,
300
and
bucks. I didn't pay
right,
it.
right. So I did that. I did that, and the person said, "No, you don't. You don't owe anything. You shut it off."
Plus, I
And
think they
they
send
weren't
you.
sure it got. They weren't sure that it got returned
They're
to
like,
them or not because I said I
yeah,
couldn't return it. I couldn't remember
yeah,
if I mailed it
yeah.
back or not.
No, but it's like the IRS. They don't call. They don't call you. They don't freaking text. They certainly don't text you. They send you
No,
freaking
No,
thing.
neither does a toll road people. They don't text you. It's I mean, it's
Who
the
the hell
dumbest
was that?
shit.
that's
You
Michael
know,
Anthony.
When did he
Well,
start spelling Michael
he
with a
got kicked
W?
off. No, it was what's in
Oh, oh,
disguise.
oh, yeah. He is
But he got
supposed to be sky watching. I
but he
guess is.
got he,
he's
he
not
got
flying on
he
a Blue
got knocked off.
Origin
So we'll see if he's back.
dildo or nothing. You know,
No, meth. Actually, he's doing
Oh
meth. I
God,
think that's what he's doing.
that whole that that whole thing looks
yeah,
so.
that is very
That rocket looks more.
yeah
Oh yeah,
phallic.
we talked about that the other night. You weren't there, Friday or whatever.
Yeah.
You had to go do something.
Oh, I could get you. I could get you laughing probably. That logo on the side of an Amazon truck. I was in
Oh
an
yeah,
interview once, and they asked me. They asked me if I knew
looks
what
like a
that was. I said, yeah, it's a smiling
it's
penis. I'm sorry again. But I said, but that's what I said. I said, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be honest with you. That is a smiling penis.
or
And they said,
y'all
what
know
do you
what
think about it? And
Peyronie's disease is?
I said, it just makes AOC
It's
doesn't want
curved.
AOC is a nutcase, which she is anyway. She doesn't want an Amazon warehouse in New York. Why? Every time those trucks load up and that whole fleet of smiling penis trucks goes driving by, all you can do is laugh.
Yeah, and they claim it's the smile with
Right.
the dimple.
Oh, is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
dimple of the
Really?
owner of Amazon.
Hold on a
yeah.
second.
Well, they won't tell you that's what it is, but that's
What the hell
what
is
it is.
top
And
credit?
look at Katy Perry's Blue Orchid ship going up. Nikki's right. That's exactly what that thing looks like. Not smiling though, but it's going up.
No, but it's got a lot of thrust behind it.
It sure does. Ooh, baby.
All right, let's try
Oh
this
yeah,
one.
look at that.
Okay, I'm not gonna move you, Michael, because I'm wondering if that's part of you getting kicked
Well,
off. So I'll
I
leave
think
you
he's
where
in the
you are.
mountains, so his
If we have,
thing ain't too good.
yeah, nope, he got booted off because I didn't even try to move him. You can keep trying if you want, Michael. If not, I understand. And
It's in the mountain.
Isn't there a problem trying to hook up to this with a phone? It just doesn't work.
That's not really it, because we like Daryl. He used to be on every night, and he never had a
Oh,
problem.
okay. All right.
Except
Yeah,
his sound, because he has those shitty ass.
there are problems with StreamYard often having problems connect to Facebook. But Restream, I haven't had any of those. We did actually have some trouble in the beginning, but before the one we don't talk about, Computer Guru helped me with that. We did in fact get that problem fixed. There were a bunch of settings
I think he's in the mountains. He
on
owns
this new
some
laptop.
property in the mountains,
He
and
does.
he goes there to watch the
Yep.
skies. So
Yep.
if he's in the mountains, he may not have a very good. I think he's been on our show in the mountains, and the internet wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Well, I would
Probably might
imagine.
have some satellite or something there. I
And
don't know.
I feel bad when it happens because I want to get
No, it's not.
everybody on.
Yeah.
But cell phones work off of towers, and most of them they don't point up; they span out to
Yeah.
the surface, to the flat Earth, as we say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
But
don't see that. No, I
Is
still think it's
is the
round.
Earth
but
flat?
no, it's not. But anyway, some people believe that. Anyway,
Well, they're idiots. I don't know.
Yeah.
Although that'll be the next thing.
Well,
I'm still
the
trying to get
ones.
over to space landing. To freaking flat Earth will be next.
God. Oh, I want you, Jerry, to look at the picture of the Pope
Yeah.
in his casket,
What?
and I want you to tell me if the picture of the Pope laying in state
Oh, in his
in the
casket.
Vatican. I swear to God, as my witness, that is not the same. That is not Francis, unless because Francis has been in very poor health lately. He lost a lot of weight. His face is nowhere near as round as the face of the person in the casket.
yeah, and they finally released
I'll look. Hold on.
what happened. He had
Yeah,
he did his thing on Easter, and then he had a stroke, and then he had a heart attack
yeah,
that actually killed him. So
yeah,
they said a heart attack would
right.
actually kill him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
And I'm guessing from the sound of it, it was incredibly painful. Not that I would ever wish that
no,
pain on anybody, but it sounds like it was incredibly painful unless he was sleeping and and by
well,
the
if he had
grace of
a
God
stroke, he
was
may have
allowed
been
to
out of
sleep
it. Yeah, if
sleep
he
right
had a
through.
stroke, he may have been
Yeah,
kind of out of it, or comatose kind of thing or whatever. You never
Well, there's a
know.
lot of people think he's been dead for weeks, months.
Yeah,
So,
I've seen that.
if that's the case, that would explain how he looks. Because when you're dead, you look different.
You know,
I'm sorry, you
A
do.
lot of people think
Yeah.
Biden's been
Yeah.
dead for a couple of years. So
Yeah.
Brain
Well,
dead
I
for
think
brain
we
dead
are
for at
all
least a
one of
few
them. It's
years.
just that he hasn't laid down yet. Is the problem?
Or they haven't brought the body Biden's doubles
Well, if
back
you go
in.
to the site Real Raw News, you will find out
Yep.
that Mike Pence has been hung by the neck. Jim Acosta has been hung by the neck. Uh, Biden is already dead. Pelosi is in prison. Streisand is
Already
in
dead.
prison on Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, these people are not good enough to pull that off. They're
no,
just not.
no.
And everybody, they got body doubles for everybody. Let me ask you all something. How many fucking people in your life have you seen look exactly like you?
Uh, I haven't seen them, but I've
Me
been
neither.
told.
Well,
But the
I've
thing,
had
like
people
I
tell me
said,
there's a guy who looks just
okay.
like you. When you see him, he doesn't, but it's just a beard. That's
Yeah,
it.
bartending
Yeah.
at the casino. There's this man sitting at the bar. He straight up told me, "Have you ever worked in Las Vegas?" Said no, never been to Las Vegas. He said, "You have a twin over there. I'm telling you."
Yeah.
So they say
But
everyone has. They
I've
call
had
him a
those
doppelganger.
Yeah, but how do you find that
yeah.
for all these
But
people?
I've had the right. I've had those same conversations with people who would come up to me and go, "You look just like this guy I knew in California," and they would tell me their name, and I would go, "Yeah, because I'm Dave Groban, and we went to college. I mean, we
Yeah,
went to high school. We went to high school together, and I remember you." And the only difference was I didn't have a
Yeah.
beard then. I had a beard in high school.
yeah,
Yeah, you're the only guy I know that
So,
looks
but
exactly the same with a beard and without one.
yeah.
That's weird.
I don't think so. I look young. I think I look a little bit younger without one. But
Really?
Yeah,
Well, okay,
yeah.
Dave.
yeah.
Sure.
If that pleases you, Dave.
Well, when I had
If
hair on
that
the
gets you
top of
through
my
the
head,
day,
I
Dave,
did.
that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't had my beard off since March 10th of 87. I
Yeah.
don't even remember what I look like without one.
March 10, 1987. It's pretty close to where I graduated. I graduated in May '87.
You know?
Robert Lawless and Darcy Klovovich have joined us. Robert, if you want to come on and join us, and the internet's working where you are and where we are, you're more than welcome to come on and join us. Darcy's been reading a lot of me all over the internet, and
So, Dave, who's this
Because Michael
Bonnie? This
sent me
Bonnie chick you were talking about?
hold
This
on
who
a
is
second.
what? Who is
okay.
Michael
what?
says that he's in the
Who's what?
mountains and he tried and now he's not going to try no more.
Okay, I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
Nick, what were
who's
you
this?
asking?
You mentioned this Suzanne woman,
Right.
Yep.
and then this Bonnie woman that just always wants to ask for money. Who the hell is that?
Well, okay, we agreed kind of off the broadcast with everybody. And Bonnie won't see it anyway because Bonnie has me blocked. People who know Bonnie might tell Bonnie that that
Well,
he's
let's
on.
put it. The other one
All,
was she's
all
a
I,
human
right,
trafficking survivor.
right, right,
The good one.
right. Susanna
What's her name?
Cardo
Suzanne, right? You just
is
said it, right?
Susanna Cardo is a
Yeah.
fabulous lady.
Plus, she doesn't
She
like other people. So this
was
is. I was like, yeah, you'll fit right in
right.
here.
She was trafficked. She was trafficked. She escaped. She wrote a book. She works with other people that have either managed to escape or somehow got out and helps them put their lives together. A very, very nice lady. When the opportunity to interview her came up, I wasn't sure I could do it because sometimes, as we all see, I can be sarcastic when I hear something, and I didn't want to take any shot of that. So I asked Jen to do it. Jen did a fantastic job. I have to go look through every Boogie with the Bull broadcast on my profile or on YouTube to try to find it. I'll send it to people if you really want to see it. Jen did a fantastic job. Really handled Suzanne very pleasantly, very calmly, very rationally, and it was it was really good. What I will say about Bonnie Johnson is Bonnie, I'm not sure what happened. Bonnie was doing Friday mornings with us and must have fallen on some hard times and started bothering people on the broadcast for money.
Uh,
I won't say who, but he wrote 3 books that everybody reads. That blew it for me. Completely blew it for me. Send me an email and say I need money to pay my rent or buy headphones or whatever. I don't care. Do that to me, but don't bother people who paid their dues to this country and do not in any way deserve to be treated like that.
Yep.
yeah, that's
Okay.
that ain't right.
Uh,
Yeah, that's
you know,
that's
and
top
and
on,
then the
as we
only
say. That's not good.
right, what led to the blowout between me and Bonnie is that other people who will always remain nameless because they are just very smart people that will remain nameless told me some of the things that Bonnie has claimed are 100% fraud. So I don't want, I don't want to be on the same stage with her because I will ask questions that I probably shouldn't. So
Well,
that was the main reason there.
listen, you're worried about something ain't even happening. We ain't even got
Right.
the good one on. All right, so
Well, we'll
just
get the good one. But I
kind of
will.
relax about
Yeah.
it and don't
Yeah.
worry about it
Yeah.
because chances are
Right. I
does this God damn it, Suzanne woman, does she
Suzanne.
know about
Suzanne.
this whole
Hopefully,
story?
some of it.
All right, well then
Yes.
she
But
probably ain't
I'm
gonna
not really.
force it on
Yeah.
nobody.
I want. Right. I want. Right. I want you to get Suzanne to come on.
Okay.
I do. I do. And I'll
Well, you
talk
know
to her
what,
even
Dave?
if I
If
have
it's
to
this
and
much
try to get
problem,
her.
I just figure out a way to say no or say, yeah, we'll try to get it in the
No.
future.
No. No. No.
I
No.
really don't see, like I said,
No.
we got some rules, and
Yeah.
we can't have people doing that
No.
because
But Suzanne.
all they're gonna
Suzanne is
do is piss off this bunch, which is,
right.
who wants? I don't want to
Suzanne
do
is
that.
legit.
Mm-mm.
That's my job.
Suzanne is legit. Suzanne is legit. She has she has info that people need to see. I don't know anything about the book other than I know that she wrote it and about her experiences and other things and yeah. So that's a person that that's a person that a guy like me created a ministry like this for to get on and give a chance to talk to anybody who's watching about something really bad. And that
Yeah,
is, you know, you know,
pisses everybody off that I know.
right, right. We don't, we don't hear, we hear about bad stuff. We don't hear about really bad stuff because everyone's afraid to do it.
Well, you know
Yeah.
Just
what? Here's the thing. You got um the Democrats, right, or
right,
whatever. Every half the liberals in the fucking world, actually, but most of them gotta hate that shit too. But they act like it doesn't happen, or they don't care, or they're actually advocating for more of it by wanting unfettered immigration,
Yeah,
illegal.
yeah, yeah.
So
Because the
how the
big
hell do you look at yourself? I mean, how evil are you? Do you can look at yourself in the fucking mirror and comb that perfect fucking hair, and go into work and lie like that?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the liberals say.
because they're
The
involved with it or
the
they're getting
border
money from it
is
somehow.
closed.
Or,
all of them said
Like,
the border is closed. We don't have an open border. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, yeah, like Chuck said, uh,
yeah,
all this human trafficking going on. Um, it's
you know,
it's
yeah,
ridiculous. This is on the liberals. This is on Joe
you know,
Biden. He allowed this bullshit, and they won't
even
they
with
won't take
Obama,
responsibility for anything. But they want to
Mhm.
save this
right?
MS-13 El Salvadorian illegal immigrant, and they say, "Oh, he was wrongly sent to
Yeah.
El
Fuck
Salvador."
that.
I mean,
Well, they're trying to add that
Why?
it's against the
Why?
Constitution and the Bill of Rights and
uh,
all this other bullshit now
Yeah,
because they see how bad
but
the
then they
reaction to everybody's having. I personally don't give a shit what they do with illegal aliens. I want to fight for American rights and living,
right,
breathing American people because the dead, they can have whatever rights they want. I don't really care,
right.
except voting, of course. But
Yeah.
not some fucking MS-13 gang fucker that comes to this country and does bad shit. Sorry.
yeah, and I
No,
listened to and this was it. I'm trying to catch up with Mark Levin,
okay,
Hmm.
his
yeah,
podcast, and the one I was listening to today covered all of that. This he needs he's got constitutional rights. Mark Levin explains
oh,
it to a T because he's a
yeah,
constitutional lawyer
Yeah, there's
yeah.
a
That's
big
what Jerry
difference
said the
between
other day.
constitutional rights and due process.
and he explained
Right.
both
Yeah.
sides.
Both of them. Yeah.
He
I mean,
explained
he
both
had the
But
right
even
to go
as an
before a
illegal
judge, and the
alien,
judge
you have,
told him, "Yeah, you're going." The only problem they got
yeah,
is they sent him to El Salvador. They weren't supposed to send him there. But fuck him. Who cares? Who cares if he dies?
but
I
that,
don't give a damn.
but
but
that's where he's a
but that
citizen of.
that
Yeah.
deportation order also was years ago. That didn't
No, that
just
was a
come
while
up.
ago. Yeah,
It
you're
was
right.
like it was like 2019, and that's the big problem. You all have heard me tell the story about Barack Obama's uncle, who lived here for like 50 years after his deportation order, and the
Right.
only reason that he got caught was one night leaving the package store that he owns or either was working in. I don't know if he was drunk or whatever. He made a right turn too wide and almost T-boned a Framingham police cruiser. When they were doing their investigation, they found out there was a deportation order. They turned him over to ICE. He spent 2 weeks in Quincy at their office in Massachusetts, and he came out as a citizen with
Yeah.
a, with a clear driving record and everything. His nephew was the president of the United States, who says, "I didn't help
Yeah.
him."
Right.
Yeah, I'd like to know what would have happened if he helped him.
Oh, he'd probably be governor, the next governor of California. Something.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. No, you're
yeah,
right. I don't care, and I don't think I gotta be truthful. Most people don't give a shit about this guy. I just saw
yeah.
a poll today they did in California. 70% of California does not want men in women's sports, or they're sick of this shit. I gotta tell
Right.
you, the tide is turning. It's been turning a long time, agonizingly slow. I'm only 27 like this, but we're all we're starting to see some shit. And we're also starting to see the facade fall off of places like California where people are just sick of the bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like this
Yeah,
woman governor. Where is it? Maine, Maryland, wherever the
Maine.
hell she's at.
Yeah, Maine.
Maine.
Main.
That
Maine.
that
Maine.
refuses to uh, go along with Trump's
Yeah,
executive
Yeah,
order,
yeah,
and he
right.
says, "Okay,
And
well,
the DOJ has
yeah,
already said
yeah,"
you
and
have
it's like,
to.
and in all of
I'm
these
sorry.
Ivy League colleges like Harvard, well, they're suing the Trump administration because Trump said you're not getting the $2.2 billion.
yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about this last night. Dave said they got like
Yeah,
88 billion or
yeah.
20, whatever.
No,
No, it's
they
something like.
no,
Well,
they have
I read
82
some
billion dollars
82, right? Okay.
yeah,
in
yeah,
their
yeah.
coffers.
It was a little less when
Yeah,
I read it, but it's such a crazy amount that hey, if you got 52 or 82, it's somewhere between there, $1 billion in the bank. Take the $2.5 billion out
The only thing
every
these
year.
people should be protesting is the fact that they're paying probably 40, 50, 60 or more grand a year to go to this fucking school.
yeah,
Yeah,
And they got and Harvard has that much money.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know, they
yeah,
bitch and they moan about people, billionaires, but they don't fucking stop to think they're. First of all, if you go to Harvard, you know, unless you get some kind of like, you know, well, you're really too stupid for us, but you know, you come anyway because you're black or Hispanic or Indian or I don't
DEI
know,
shit.
freaking, you know, from Bangladesh or some shit.
yeah,
All right, we'll
DEI.
pay for it, you know, they all feel good about themselves for doing that, but then the guy fails out in like a week. But you know, most of these kids that go to that college, they're part of the fucking problem. They don't have problem taking
Yeah,
money from daddy or mommy, you
Right.
know, to pay for that shit, but they're out there telling like Elon
yeah,
Musk he's wrong. It's like,
Yeah,
please
yeah,
shut up.
yeah.
yeah,
And
and now they're
they all
catching these
want student
liberals,
loan forgiveness
you know,
from Joe
keying
Biden.
cars with swastikas and shit,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then they catch them in the
Yeah,
act, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah.
You know, it's crayon. I could wipe that off. They just one guy. I watched that
then
video.
get you then
I'm like,
take your shirt
boy,
off and wipe it off now, and have Jerry teach you how to
yeah.
wax the car while
But
you're
There you
doing
go.
it.
yeah, this one guy
I
did like
no,
20 something $1,000 of damage just
yeah.
on the door.
Oh, that guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it was like it was like six different
Who's the one
Teslas
who
he
bought
hit.
a damn Tesla and then trashed it in his driveway? That guy, he needs some help. Uh, I
Yeah,
think
he's
he's
Yeah,
he's
got
a bit.
cancer or
no,
whatever ails him now. I'm
yeah,
not sure, but
yeah, no insurance money for him. I mean, yeah, if you buy a car, you can do anything you want with it, but your insurance company shouldn't fix it. The dealership shouldn't help you get a new one. No, the bank that financed it
well,
is
considering
hanging
that he
out to
admitted it
dry.
was him
Yeah.
and put himself on apparently on video. I haven't seen that part of the
Well, the
video. I saw
owner
it
of
like
the
the
car,
aftermath deal.
was
Yeah,
videoing him and said, "I videoed you doing this."
yeah,
Yeah.
And
yeah,
oh, okay, I
yeah.
did
Plus,
it.
the
But
car for some reason
The
has like 12
the
cameras on it.
yes, and
yeah
the camera guy. That's
the
probably where the video came from the camera of the car. And the guy
right.
admits to it, and then says, "Well, I don't have any." He's talking to the owner. He said, "I don't have anything against you." He said, I have something against Elon Musk."
Oh well, if you don't have
And the
anything against
guy
this
says,
guy, I
"Does
bet he has
Elon
something against
Musk
you.
own this car?"
Yeah.
"No, I do."
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
"So
Fucking
you're
dumbass.
In
taking
the
it out on me, you
yeah,
stupid asshole."
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
he knew that.
In in the
yeah,
case,
yeah.
yeah,
He
in
didn't
the
think he'd
case
get
with the
caught.
$21,000 guy, he got he got a must have got a Democrat city attorney who said basically if you pay the what's the word
Restitution.
yeah, you pay the restitution to everybody and you don't actually ever get into trouble again, the charges will go away and you won't be prosecuted
Nah.
because she said she's done this before and it's actually worked out. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, if you want to
No, they
give
got to go to jail.
each
Yeah.
okay,
That's just me.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying, and it's good these people get their money, but you got to go to jail. That is childish. It's
okay,
outright stupid.
yeah,
It's batshit crazy, and it's vicious.
it is.
And if you want,
Yep,
you could actually add violent to that too, because it's like, you know, these people take a key and run it down your car. I got to tell you, that's never happened to me. But I've had my tires slashed 4 or 5 times.
But at that point,
yeah,
Jerry, since it was, you know, it's geared towards Musk, and this guy is doing this on behalf of uh, uh, in the name of Musk that he hates him so bad.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a hate crime.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's a hate crime.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or maybe Elon Musk should just take a bunch of Teslas that he's bought himself and park them in different places in the country and tell people, hey, you want to destroy them?
No, that's
Come
stupid.
and
No,
have your
'cause
shot
that's
at it.
no.
You know?
No,
No.
they're destroying them enough, Dave. They go and
They're destroying other people's
firebomb the
property is
freaking
what they're doing.
Right.
property.
As Nick explained, or the guy explained, it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
you're destroying other people's property. It don't belong to you, so fuck you. And I
Yeah.
have no sympathy for you
Right.
when they catch you and put you in federal
Yeah.
court and then send you
Yeah.
to a federal prison.
Yeah. Because you have hatred towards someone else
One
that has
person. Yep.
nothing to do with me.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. If
Right.
we don't start putting these people like that in prison, this shit doesn't end.
No.
And
It's
I
just going to
mean
get
like
worse.
hardcore prison. Some Alcatraz kind of shit.
Well, they do it federally. It's not the same as like, frickin' San Quentin or something or whatever.
My brother,
What's
my-
that one by you? What is that one by you? That one's bad.
my brother, he was a prison
Alcatraz.
guard in a federal in Oxford, Wisconsin, and he said it ain't nothing like the state-run prisons.
Yeah.
He said it's
No.
nice. That's where they sent
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer. The guy.
Yeah,
that-
well, it wasn't
Yeah.
too nice for him, and I don't think anybody felt bad for him or nothing. Matter of fact,
Or no, wait, they didn't.
The
They
de-
sent Dahmer to the state prison. He didn't last long there.
oh, it was
Yeah.
a state prison. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
Yeah.
guy-
the death row
Yeah,
federal
that guy, he
prison
was
in Terre
already
Haute,
serving life.
Indiana. It's like living in a hotel.
Yeah, but
From what
still,
I hear,
it's
that's where they
prison.
got
All
the
right, you
Joker.
got to set an example, and you got to set a bunch of them because these fucking liberals never stop. We have a rally, and a bunch of us go to a rally. Everybody's laughing, joking. Maybe we might scream out a few things once in a great while. Do a few chants. People eat. And listen to speakers, and then everybody goes to fuck home. As soon as liberals get together, they see there's more of them than us, or more of them than the cops, or more of them than something. Trouble starts. Buildings
Yep.
burn.
Yeah.
And this shit
Yeah.
has to stop. They're like them two who burned the police car. They were both like lawyers.
Yeah. Through
They
Molotov
didn't go to
cocktails.
jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't go to jail.
No, nothing really happened to him.
Oh, yeah, look
Yeah,
at
if you
Larry.
throw a Molotov
He's
cocktail.
perfect. Agreed. Jay Sixers went to jail for being there. Now you're having a charge.
Yeah.
Set the standard with official. And I got to tell you, that's a good thing you said right there, Larry. And I'm surprised it came from you. Very lucid. Nice job. But anyway, the Fannie Willis. Oh, she's in some
Yeah.
trouble, and you know what kind of trouble she's
Oh,
in? The exact kind of trouble that she tried to get Trump for.
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't tell me Trump don't want revenge. Don't tell me that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
No.
Mark Levin show
I-
podcast I was listening to today, he brought that up too. He said, "Oh, this is great." He said and he went through all of the charges that she's accused of, and he's like,
Yeah.
"That's everything she said Trump did, and more, even worse,
Yeah.
and she's actually guilty of it." And he
Yep.
said, Mark
Did
said,
Trump?
"I want her to have a jury of Trump's peers
Yeah.
in a very conservative court,
Yep.
and she gets her ass handed to her, and
That's a
Did
big.
Trump get back
Yeah,
the
if she gets her ass
$450
handed to her,
million
that's a big
bail that he
goddamn
put up
prize.
in her
Because
court?
that ass is huge.
oh yeah,
Did Trump get back the $450 million bail that he
No,
put
I think
up?
he's got to wait
in
till the
her
appeal
court?
process goes
well,
through.
they dropped it below that, but not much below that.
Yep.
But
Right.
I want to know if he got because Stormy Daniels owes him $600,000, and he owes her
Yeah.
$85,000 or whatever the hell it
Yeah.
happens to be.
I guarantee you, nobody's paying nobody.
No,
And the E. Jean
Carroll, that
Carroll
piece of work.
stuff is
I
coming
think that
back
Trump should
again,
wait
and
till she
she's at
dies and then pay for a funeral.
Yeah,
she. Well, she got something like 55 million. No, I think she got $5 million in the original case, and then I guess she appealed. She appealed that, and they kicked it up to something like 85
yeah,
million dollars. But it's based on
a lot.
you could say the words that he used were derogatory, but
Yeah,
It's
it
bullshit, is what it is.
not
it
you
they
know
said her whole claim was he raped her, and that was a lie.
Mhm.
That was a
yeah
total lie, and the jury said no.
All you got to do is have the
But
judge, and
but
they had the judge.
but they said, well, it was what they called it, shit, not rape, but the other thing.
Statutory?
No, not even
No.
that.
Okay.
It's
no
Sexual assault.
sexual assault.
yeah sexual
Well,
assault,
yeah,
sexual
sexual
abuse.
abuse. Well, Trump
Yeah,
stated nonstop, I don't even know this woman. I
Yeah.
never
right.
met
I
this
never met
woman.
her.
And
And here's the thing,
he
Nick.
called her a liar.
Did you know that she did this before to another guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Hmm.
She she
And
she she's
and
a
none of that. She probably got none of that admissible in this
yeah,
case. Her lawyers probably made sure you can't even bring that
yeah,
up in
but
this case.
they got rid of the rape charge, but then they just dropped it down
Yeah,
to sexual assault or whatever. But she lied about the whole thing because Trump
right.
always denied. He said, "I don't even know who the hell this woman is."
Right.
And when he said she's a liar, then she puts a defamation case on his ass, and
Yeah.
that's when they give her $85 million or whatever. Well, how many
Yeah.
cases can Trump have about defamation right about now?
Hmm.
Yeah.
All
I
of them are
mean,
probably Fanny's
billions
case
and
will
billions
against
and
him will
hundreds
Well, the
of
just
press
be
billions.
that.
secretary's suing Whoopi Goldberg for like $720 billion or something.
Yeah, good.
Good. Whoopi deserves
Because
it.
they had her on, and I guess, and they treated her like she was a child, and said some things they really shouldn't have said. I don't know. I don't watch that show. I've never watched that show. Even back when it was kind of sane when Barbara Walters was running it. But I do
Yep.
see the articles about where they have to do yet another one of
Yeah,
those announcements where,
Sonny Hostin,
Yep.
where
yeah,
he has to,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
roll back what you
Yep.
said
Well,
and make a judicial comment and
hmm
say,
yeah.
I got it wrong.
Supposedly that's what Whoopi is
the
saying
only
now. That
reason they're on
they
is
kind of
because people watch it to see them fuck up. If people would just
yeah.
stop
Yeah,
watching that freaking show that don't like it, that show would be off the air.
Yep.
yeah. It's like
It would.
CNN,
It would.
MSNBC, all these news organizations that have zero ratings.
Rachel Mad Cow.
Rachel Mad
Yep.
Cow, that thing there. Uh, yeah,
Moo.
yeah,
I still
It's an
think that's
insult to cows.
one of the best nicknames. Well, I still
Not
think
funny, but it's
it's
an
one of the
insult to
best.
cows.
It
And
is.
Chuck is you got Chuck
It
up there
is.
mowing.
It is.
Moo.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh, he's from Wisconsin. I guess it's probably his friends. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you never know.
The cow or Rachel.
I mean, I like eating beef, but that thing, no,
Yeah,
it's no way.
no, it's just, yeah. She and you know what? She was ugly in high school when she was a girl.
Yeah, well, when she
Who?
Yeah,
was a
Rachel?
girl,
I saw a picture of her. At the time, she
Oh.
had blonde hair, and it was long and I don't know, kind of curly. You didn't see that picture?
No, I missed it.
No.
Oh shit!
No.
Hold on, let me see if I
I
find
saw
it.
the
No,
I saw the
that's all right.
picture. Yeah, I saw the picture of Nancy Pelosi in a bathing suit, and yeah, that wasn't good.
Oh my God! Did you lose your sight?
It's something you can't erase from your brain.
Was it photoshopped and they got all the wrinkles out of it or what?
No, it
Yeah,
was
they used Hillary
it
Clinton.
looked like full-fledged Nancy Pelosi
Yeah, the
with
Hillary Clinton one.
the Dunlop
Well, people say
disease, her
that she was
titties
a
Dunlopped over her
people.
belt. You know,
People say that she was
it's
an attractive lady in her
she was
younger
like
days,
a hoe back
just
in the
like
day.
just like
Yeah, she was
Hillary,
a hoe.
just like Hillary.
I was attractive once too.
Yeah,
I was.
once,
Jerry
and then the
says I
day
was.
ended.
Oh God. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, actually, she wasn't. I remember this differently. She wasn't actually too bad looking when she was like in Castro Valley High School.
Huh.
Here, I'll show you. How the hell do I make this go on?
Oh, wait a minute,
Yeah, I
hold
think
on.
Dave's got to do it.
It's
She wasn't bad looking. I don't know what happened, but apparently the gate had seeped in too
yeah,
deep.
no,
I don't know.
you got to bring it. You got to try to. You got to send it one more time. I got to open up the camera to it when you send it.
He said, "Let there be light."
I say okay.
It'll say across the top of my screen, "Add to
Oh,
it."
I see.
I
I
have
see.
to
Hold on,
open
I'll
up the
do it right
camera
now.
to it.
Hold on. All right, Rachel Mad
Yeah.
Cow when she was young. All right. Oh, wait a minute, wrong one. Life of May. There it is.
Don't end
All
up
right,
with
now
the P Diddy pictures here,
There it
Jerry.
is. Oh, there it is.
you wouldn't see. There's a difference.
Damn.
Really?
That's Rachel. Oh my
I
God.
must have been thinking of someone else because she looks like a regular girl to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhat, but I see
Yeah.
the face.
God, what happened?
Yeah.
Well, it's there's a. You know what threw
Yeah.
me is there's a smile.
Well, there's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway.
Wow.
All right.
Mm-mm-mm.
There you
Anyway.
go.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. So the internet's such a wonderful
Yeah.
thing. You can dig up so much shit on the
Yep.
internet.
It is.
You
It is.
And
Hey,
Pelosi
Robert Miles, like
wasn't
see you
a
in the
bad looking chick either. I mean,
Who?
Pelosi.
No,
oh
she was actually a
Pelosi.
beauty queen
Yeah.
back in the
Yeah.
'60s, or I think.
Yeah.
But then now she can't for some reason keep her fucking teeth in.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I mean, my wife has dentures.
Yeah.
She does
Looks
not
like
do
a
that.
yeah.
After about a week of wearing them, she stopped doing it because when you put something new, it's like weird. But now you couldn't tell.
Yeah. She looks like a cow eating corn.
Yeah, pretty
There you
much.
go.
Yeah.
She does. I don't know. Maybe she's dipping snuff or something. Who the hell knows? It would
I
think.
don't know. I know she's dipping into the vodka or something. That's
Well,
for
yeah,
sure.
there's that.
Dipping into something. Yeah.
Maybe she's got vodka flavor or gin flavored snuff. I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah.
Think-
Or Polygrip.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she should try buying
Yeah.
some. I mean, she could buy at a company after stealing all our money. You think
Yep.
she would have something? I
Yeah.
don't know.
What?
You would think
Yeah.
somebody with her money would have the implant.
Implant. Yeah,
Yeah.
get the little
Yeah.
rods put in and put the fake teeth.
Shit. She can't. She
Oh
can't get
God.
them. She can't get them because if they tried putting the posts and stuff up there, they'd go up into there's nothing to attach. There's no
Yeah,
brain
that's
there
true.
anymore.
There's no
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
there's
there's no
evil.
brain up
Doesn't
there,
evil
so
doesn't like
who
teeth?
cares
I
how
don't know.
wrong?
Yeah.
She is just fucking horrible, man. That woman. She will die
Yep.
a horrible woman.
Yep. Uh,
Yep.
I hope. No, I don't hope this, but anyway, she's gonna die a miserable death.
Well, I
You
hope
know,
it for you, Nick.
Yeah,
Don't
she's
worry.
gonna
I
move to
hope
the
for both
Vatican to
of us.
become the first woman pope.
I don't want anybody to die a miserable death, but
No, evil
If
people
anybody
deserve
would
that.
deserve it,
Yeah, evil
And
people deserve to die a miserable fucking death
Yes.
to hopefully make up for some of the misery they caused others in this
yeah,
life.
and rope is still on sale at Home Depot.
uh,
There you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not
Cheap.
sure if inflation hit rope, but
And then they
Well, they
had
make
that
it in the
song in
United States, so there's no tariff on it.
then they had that song in church, let's all gather at the river
The beautiful river.
with the
Yeah.
rope.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Let's
not I'm
all
not insinuating anything. I'm just saying.
let's
You're
all
not.
watch the body float down the river.
No,
Alligator bait.
you wish bad things
Yeah.
on these people because
There's a
they've been
movie.
so
There's a movie
blatantly
named like
bad
that.
and they deserve it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Nothing's going to happen to
Adam
them bad in
Schiff.
this lifetime because nobody's going to arrest a fucking one of them, apparently.
Yep,
But
Yeah.
damn.
yep. This Adam Schiff little
Oh, that.
bastard, pencil neck Adam Schiff, like Trump calls him,
Yeah.
or now he calls him watermelon head.
Yeah.
It does kind of have a watermelon head.
Yeah, he's got
Hey,
this little tiny thin neck
You
with a
just
big
know he
ass
got
head.
fucked with in high
I
school constantly. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
he got
That
his
guy.
ass beat.
Can you
yeah,
He
he
got
imagine
got
what
his
he
his
ass
ass
looked
beat.
like in high school with the bug eyes and the neck as big
Oh
around my
Lord,
finger?
he got his ass beat all the time,
Yeah.
and that's why he has so much animosity.
They probably went out and flicked him in the
Yeah.
forehead to see if they could knock his head off.
Yeah,
Yeah. And, and I keep reading because you keep hearing every day, because you keep seeing every day that all the paperwork is going to be unsealed
Yeah.
in that
Well,
case in California, and it's like
not in
unsealed
our
what?
yeah.
lifetime.
No,
Yeah.
you hear
I
that every day.
personally
And
think
they
if Trump
unsealed
wants
it.
to get rid of
They
the
unsealed
swamp,
it
he just
after
needs to
the
start
incident. He wouldn't be here.
unclassifying everything. Just put it all
Yeah.
out there and let the people make the. It might be the one thing that unites this country.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you're
Back
gonna
to the
have all
United
these
States.
brainwashed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chuck.
You're gonna have all these brainwashed people saying, "See, he's making all this thing up and all this
I
bullshit,"
don't
and then
care
there's gonna
about
be
them. If you're
riots,
dumb
and
enough to believe that, then fuck them too. They can go with it.
well,
Yeah.
that's gonna
You
be what
guys said
But
happened
Pelosi was attractive, made me frown uncontrollably from Jimmy Collins. Well, Jimmy
yeah.
Collins' birthday is coming up pretty soon.
today.
Oh, it's
Oh, that's
today. How
great.
old are you, Jimmy? How old is he? Anybody know?
No, I sent him that picture of a
Yeah.
birthday cake with all those candles on top that was on fire,
Yeah, there you
and
go.
he appreciated it.
I'm pretty sure he's getting to 50 pretty soon, if not already. His
Okay.
kid's got to be a 17, 18, 19 now, something like that. That sound right?
Yeah.
He raised both his daughters by himself.
Yep,
That's pretty badass.
39.
39.
That is.
Hey,
Oh
Jimmy, let me
No,
no.
ask you a question seriously. When are you going to get rid of that profile picture and put something on there where we can actually see your goddamn face? I've been looking at that shit for 13 fucking years now.
We gotta try
That's it.
something.
He must have had to pee.
uh-oh, I got a problem here.
What's wrong?
My power cord's not working on the computer.
Well, we see you.
There it goes. It's in there. Okay, I'm
You got,
good.
you got two
I got a
going?
warning. I got a warning saying that there was a low power source.
Oh, we
Evidently,
got a laptop. Oh.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't put it in far
Oh,
enough.
did
Story
you
of my life.
misbehave and Facebook slapped you
Jimmy's
again, Chuck?
39?
Chuck.
I remember 39. I also remember
So do
40,
I.
apparently three times.
Yeah.
Because when I was 42 on my birthday, I was thinking about it and thinking about it. And I was like, um, I'm not 40. And then I took out my calculator because, and I did it. I was 42 on my 40th birthday for the third time. Damn,
Huh.
Jerry, you lying. You've been around here a long time. I know, but fucking Jimmy, man. Same picture. Everyone changed their picture except Jimmy. Even Jolene changed her picture. It's the same too, but at least it's a change. It's nice.
I haven't changed mine in 6 or 7 years.
Well, Chuck, we just met you.
Oh, okay.
So we give you another 6 months,
I
and then we're
changed.
gonna bitch at you.
I changed mine a few days ago.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I
I
saw
saw
that. I
that.
kind of like that actually.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. I stole it.
Is that a
Stole it from
skull?
somebody else.
Yeah.
No, no. Well, yeah. He's wearing a skull now.
He's wearing a skull.
And
Okay.
he's wearing. Well, I mean, it's a skull, and he's wearing a suit, and he's wearing
Yeah,
a
I saw
MAGA
that
hat.
on Messenger. I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah. Yes.
Thanks, Robert.
Yeah.
Thanks for the vote of confidence there. I
What the hell
appreciate
did
it.
Robert say?
I said I just guess I didn't push it in far enough.
Yeah, Robert said that he understands how we feel about the doppelgangers because people keep asking him if he's ever done porno. And what I wanted to say was, Alex, I'll take things that have never happened for 100, please. Oh, there you go. Did Chuck say he didn't put in enough? That's what she said, Chuck.
Hey, is Happy Birthday, is that a copyrighted song? No.
I don't know. And to be honest with you, as I said earlier,
Yeah,
I don't
just
care.
all right. Well, see, there you
All
got
right,
it.
here
From
here we
the head
go.
of the organization.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
There you go,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
Jimmy, you got a gay guy to sing it for you. That's nice. That's
It's a
great.
little teddy bear. It's a teddy bear.
Oh,
All right.
sure it is, Chuck. All right.
No, I'll
Chuck,
send it to you. I'll prove it.
Chuck got that off a gay porn site, but that's all right.
Probably.
Nick decided to get in on the act, Chuck. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
he left
It was
town.
almost like he was rushing to get outside to get his phone out so that he could get the show on and then write that.
I'll be right back. I'm going to quietly go take foot out of my mouth. Okay. No.
Okay.
Oh,
Larry
gosh.
said good one, Chuck. So yeah, that was.
Yeah,
I
he
think
did.
Jimmy's now questioning his sexuality in the back room somewhere.
Oh God.
Good to have friends, ain't
Yeah.
it, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Was that Tiny Tim? No, he said it was.
that
I
Tiny
think it
Tim?
was the Snuggle Bear or something. The one with the towels and the what is that?
Care Bear?
Fabric sauce
Yeah.
softener or
Oh,
something.
yeah, it kind of looked like him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You ever see that website, the
Is that what-
Facebook page, Queer Kids Stuff?
No, I don't go to them.
Well,
sites.
it's got some
No.
he or some shit doing it, but she does it with a teddy bear, and they teach kids about the alphabet people and pronouns, and I don't know how this person stays on. I don't. I'm pretty sure that it was a guy trying to be a girl, but when you look at it, it's hard to tell. It really is.
Did she like use a strap on or what?
No, it's not really that kind of thing, but it's bad
okay.
enough.
Oh, okay.
You go to her comments or his comments, I don't know which one to call it. And there are a lot of people that with no holds barred. Let's put it that way. And Facebook lets it continue on, and this person or whatever is getting more and more popular.
Yeah, and we're just a couple old guys trying to have some fun, and we always get
yeah, exactly.
threatened.
Exactly. Look what happened to Tina last night. Be careful there, Nick. You're leaving the door open with that one. Yeah. See, there you go. Tiny Tim. Yeah. Tiny Tim. Yeah.
Oh God.
Jerry, you're telling on yourself. No, I actually was watching it to
educate himself.
But to so that I could turn her in, or him, whatever. I swear to God, I don't know what it was,
They
But
won't do nothing about it. They won't do nothing.
no, they won't do it.
They
I
won't.
turned that page in
They
along with.
won't.
I got to tell you, it's got to be thousands of other people, and they wouldn't do shit about it.
I turned
They don't.
one in, a big old picture of a big old dick, and they're going at it, and I turned it in, and they said no, that didn't go against our community standards. Yeah.
Yeah, I had the same
They
thing on my timeline, and what I did, I fucked up. What I did, I wasn't really thinking apparently, so it was two people going at it, and I posted it saying they throw me off for this, that, and the other, but this is on my timeline. And within about 3 minutes, my page was taken down again, suspended. I think that was a 30-day one.
they
Mhm.
they will take you down for complaining about
Yep.
stuff like that, which makes absolutely no
Well, what
sense to
gets
me at
me
all.
is they don't want you
And they're
sharing shit on Facebook that's on Facebook,
oh
Right.
right,
and including
but
that.
but but they've gotten so good. This will be the last thing I say about groups that they travel in pairs. One posts the porn, and the other one has joined the group too. They complain.
Yeah.
Then they go on to another group, and they will keep doing it until finally Facebook says, you know what, it takes them and kicks
Like
Oh
them
I
yeah.
turned in that
from,
chick, it was
from,
years ago
from
under
doing it.
Obama, who had the American flag shoved in her ass. And
Yeah,
I, at the time, had a lot of followers and people that paid attention. So I put the picture up and said, you know what to do. And she was off by the end of the
yeah,
day. Um,
yeah,
so, and she was a black chick that was a communist, also, avowed communist, and hated America, yet she was born and raised here and was living here. you know,
yeah,
it's cool to be a communist with American rights. See, that's the thing.
yeah.
While doing a video with a flag up your ass with a $1,500 phone, which is nice. So there you go.
Yeah.
Must be must be cool to do the same thing in America, being a illegal immigrant from somewhere else that gets handed the free iPhone
Yep.
and
Well,
the free food card and the free Medicaid card,
well,
No.
and then has the audacity to ask for more before they get sent to El
the
Salvador.
simplest thing to do, just cut the benefits. That's all you got to do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
There will be some unrest, and then they will all start heading back to wherever the fuck they are, or they will apply for citizenship if they're not illegal now. But the
yeah,
ones that are currently illegal either overstayed a visa or something, or came over the border, and just waltzed in, they'll
Yep.
go. You'll get rid of more that way than you will the way we're currently doing it.
yeah.
I don't know why it's
I,
against the
I,
law to not let them have hospitalization, schooling, and free housing, and free this and free that. I don't get it.
they used to say there were so many of them here and all the different factions that no one would need to send anybody here anymore. And now I'm starting to believe that's not even true. They just walk into the country whenever they want. Although, if you listen to Tom Hogan and you listen to Tom Hogan, and if you listen to President Trump, they're not coming in like they used to.
Well, we just saw
But the
that one
border
place at
is
Darien
still
Gap was
open.
down 99%.
Yeah,
Well, it's like Jerry said a couple of days ago or a couple of nights ago that there's so many of them, and yeah, they're doing the deporting and stuff. But if they only got this so many in the first 100 days, it ain't all gonna happen,
They
yeah,
said they've deported 100,000
yeah,
right?
in
And how
100
many
days.
millions? Yeah, how
Yeah.
many
So
million
that
we got?
means
Yeah,
at the end of the year, they're going to have little over,
half a
probably
million.
closer to 400,000 people.
Yeah,
In 4 years, that's what 16. Say we'll just make it even numbers. 16,000 people, or six. What is it?
1.6 million.
Right, and we got. They're
1.6
telling
million.
us we got somewhere close to 20. I guarantee you, it's closer to 50.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you can only hire so many borders patrol or ICE people or whatever. They need to be hundreds or thousands in every city, probably thousands. Because for everyone that's on the street, they need a certain amount of people back at the office for support, doing whatever it is they do. Same thing with the military. You used to take like 10 guys to put one guy in the field. Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know what the number is with ICE, but it's got to be somewhere close. It might be more now because hell, we just spend money on stupid shit. I mean, make sure they got one guy, make sure everybody gets a tissue. I don't know.
I don't know. I wish they would
You
do the
need
job and
just
get it
cut the
done, but I
fucking
know it's going to
benefits
take
with
time.
no schooling, no health care, no free housing, no social security, no food stamps, nothing. You come here like they used to. You have a sponsor that will feed you, house you, clothe you, whatever, until you get a job and you can do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the way it needs to be.
Yep.
And then you go and you
Yep.
learn our, which is now the official, which why Trump
Right.
had to make this an executive order that English is the official language uh,
Yep.
of the United States. Um, no, that's a
I'll
given.
tell you why. We've gone through this about 5 or 6 times in my life with the House and the Senate, and they couldn't agree. They said it wasn't nice
Yep.
to make people
But
learn English. That was basically the excuse.
Why it made my mom
sometimes,
learn English.
sometimes he give up being nice.
My
Yeah.
mom spoke French before she spoke English,
Let me tell you something. If you're like 80 years old
and
and you
she got
come over here
chastised
and
as
don't
a
want to learn
child.
to speak English, I'm good. That's
Yeah,
cool. Be old, live out your life, fine. But if you're fucking 25, you're gonna learn the fucking language.
yeah. My mom,
Yeah.
as a child, was raised around Cajun French speaking family. Her grandmother only spoke Cajun French, didn't speak a word of English. And that's so that, and my mom's parents, so they all spoke French. So my mom learned French. Well, when she gets to school, uh, they punished her because she couldn't speak English. And she went through that torture. Her parents spoke English, but it was they didn't think this would happen, you know. But my mom got punished for a long
Yeah,
time
that ain't right either, though.
for not
No.
speaking English.
Yeah, they did the
So
same
what?
thing to the
So
Indians,
so
Nick.
why is it wrong now? So
Yeah.
why is it wrong now?
No, but
You know
it
that
is
we
wrong. But
make people speak
if
English.
there is a rule
Right.
in place that people know when they come here, then they have no, you send them to, whatever, learn English in a week or so, English for Dummies or something. Okay. Which, isn't
Right.
hard. I speak English for Dummies, so that ain't hard to learn. But
Right.
to punish somebody because they don't speak the language, we did that same shit to Indian kids.
Yeah,
Made them cut their hair. Made them, I mean, it's one thing you come here and assimilate. You should want to do that.
yeah.
Okay, you
But
should want to do that.
but
You
my
shouldn't be
mom,
forced to. If we have to force you to assimilate, you should be ineligible to come here.
yes, but my mom is an
Yeah.
American citizen. She was born here,
Yeah.
but it's what she was raised with,
Well, yeah,
speaking
yeah,
Cajun
yeah.
French. That to me that to me that's a different story. You know, if you're
Well,
from Mexico or wherever and
no,
you
no, you were born here. That's fine.
yeah, but
Yeah,
they punished her the
yeah.
whole
That
time.
that ain't right. That ain't
Yeah,
right.
and they said, "No, no, you need to speak English because
Oh
that's
shit.
what we speak here in this country, English."
Holy
And
crap. All right.
she had to learn it. And
You do. Yeah.
I didn't know it was this late.
Yeah. No,
I gotta
it's
tell
okay.
you, the last three or
It's
four you've
okay.
done, Dave, they've been fun.
It's,
I
they
you're
have
not even
been,
paying
and I was
attention to what time it
it,
is.
it's it's It's
last
not even
night.
at the end of the
God,
show,
last
Darren.
night.
What
That's
the
why
hell
you've
you
been on
looking
for
at?
Well,
almost
no,
2 hours.
Well,
I
almost.
yeah, I have to. I said it to Jerry earlier tonight that I feel bad about having to shut people off when
It's Nick.
everything starts going, but I
They'll
have
just
to put
continue
me
the
in bed.
story on our show tomorrow night for another 40 minutes.
But
Don't worry.
but yeah, but last night it just seemed last night on the American Rebellion that every time something ended, a story ended or a topic ended, we went right into
Yeah.
another one. And I looked down, and it was 3.5 hours. It was 10:30.
Well,
and,
we left.
when my wife threw her shoe and hit the back of my head, I knew
Smack.
it was time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was time
Yeah.
to
Oh,
end.
and yeah, Chuck, I
But
got the thing done. It was completed.
You got what?
she's
Got the
she's
thing done.
she's
Oh,
she's
those
working.
papers.
She's working
You
tomorrow,
know what I'm
so I
talking
have
about, Jerry.
to.
He
Yeah.
sent me that message, and it was a joke. But anyway,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
Oh,
Chuck
yeah.
wanted to know
but
if you got things done or whatever the message was. And
All right, I go.
so
I
let's
felt
see.
Anyway, we're going to
bad.
go now, Nick, so you have to stop talking.
Yeah, right. You have to do it tomorrow night.
Don't worry,
You have
Nick.
to.
We'll let you talk the first
I
tomorrow
do.
night. You'll be fine.
I Nikki. It's no disrespect, but I just last night we were done here by like 10:30, and by 10:32 I was asleep.
Yeah, well, there ain't no
Good.
disrespect to me. I have I'm not disrespected whatsoever, Dave.
Good, Nick.
Jerry
All
always
right.
said I didn't talk enough. Now
Yeah,
he's
that was.
pissed off that I talk too
Neither does
much.
neither does Chucky.
Yeah, we ever get him started, there's no point in any of us
Yeah.
being here. All right.
Oh, Nick,
All right,
before
Have
you
a
gentlemen.
came
great night,
on,
and I will go.
I spun after I got home.
Oh, oh,
Yep.
damn, almost.
Almost. Okay,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you, everybody, for showing up.
Spin
It
it
was a
again.
pleasure.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, it ain't gonna.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand
Yeah.
grenades.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Everybody stay safe. Have a good night. And we'll see
Thanks,
you on the
Chuck.
next show.
Always a pleasure.
Bye.
Take care,
All right.
Chuck.
Thank
See you
you, Chuck.
tomorrow.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
God
All
willing.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
God
Lord's
willing.
willing and the creek don't
All
rise.
right.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go.
That's
Thanks
true.
everybody. Happy birthday,
Jerry's gonna
Jimmy.
go.
We'll see everybody tomorrow,
Yep.
hopefully. And Nick will see you
Yep.
tomorrow. Dave, see you tomorrow. Chuck, see you tomorrow.
Yep.
Y'all have a great
Yep.
night.
All right, Jerry. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Jerry. Good joke. It was a
Bonsoir.
good joke. All right, Nikki. Bon sour to you.
Uh,
Anything else?
no, I'm gonna STF
No.
you. That way you can go home and not you can go to
STF.
bed, shut the fuck up, and not get hit in the back of the head with a
All
shoe.
right. All right. We'll do it tomorrow night. I promise. All right. Tomorrow night downstairs on the American Rebellion blogger page. The American Rebellion for Wednesday evening. And on that note, I hope everybody had a wonderful time. Robert Lawless was here, China Scott was here, Nikki was here, was on the broadcast. So was Chuck. Larry Burns from Canada made us truly international since he's in Canada. Robert Lawless, I'm mad at you because it looked like you wanted to come on and you didn't. I apologize to Michael Anthony for the weather problems between us. You know, I do feel bad when I want to have somebody on and they want to come on and weather or whatever interference happens and they can't get on. It does make me unhappy. Tina Scott, thank you for watching. Jane O'Malley, I know I read earlier that you're feeling better, which is very good. Jolene Kirkland Foster, glad to see you here. Happy birthday to Jimmy. He's 527 years old. And he'll be back. Darcy, always a pleasure to see you here, although this was the first time that you were here. You need me a lot in the groups, and I appreciate that. And William Grant was here first. He did start it off, and That's it. So on that note, I'm going to wrap it up and say double beats of victory. This Boogie with a Bowl Tuesday is going to come to an end. A copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company. And let's go.